Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Mr. Mediate's on video and Mr. Huffman's on video. You're waiving your client's presence, Mr. Huffman?
I will, Your Honor.
Okay, and what's happening? We got the home detention approval. Just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, fantastic.
And Anna can scan that over to you also. So what do you want to do? What's happening in this case?
So, Your Honor, just to be clear, since I haven't seen the approval order, he would be eligible for home detention for the 2 days he's supposed to be in jail?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Which case is this?
Tyler Small Canyon.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what is going on here.
So, Your Honor, just to be clear, since I haven't seen the approval order, he would be eligible for home detention for the 2 days he's supposed to be in jail?
Do you hear that time delay in speaking?
I do.
Tyler Small Canyon? Oh, I don't know what that is. Let's see. We're gonna have IT come down. All right, so Mr. Do you hear that time delay in speaking? Oh, it is time delay.
do.
That's really bizarre. I don't know. So Mr. Huffman, you can say what's, I can't even lower the volume on that. Go ahead, Mr. Huffman. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Just to be clear, the order indicates that he's eligible for home detention for the 2 days that he was supposed to do jail time for?
Yes.
Okay, great.
What did you want to do in this case?
Your Honor, if that's the case, we can set a date.
Change of plea?
He already changed the plea. We've been waiting on jail dates because
Right.
it was right when COVID kind of broke out. For home detention for the 2 days that he was supposed to do jail time for? Okay, great.
Oh, he's just supposed to do his order of
Your Honor,
commitment.
if that's the case. That's correct. A date.
We've called for IT, so. All right.
He already changed the plea.
Do you have days that he can commit to do the 2 days?
Because, yes, Your Honor. He could do July 25th and 26th, if that works for the court.
Yeah, what time does he want to report?
Let's do 7 a.m.
7 a.m.?
And that's for home detention, correct?
2 days jail and then 7 days home detention.
Oh,
You have days that you can commit to do 2 days?
okay, sorry, I misunderstood, Your Honor. I cannot speak on his behalf. I didn't realize the home detention didn't extend for the full jail sentence. He works with elderly patients. He's very concerned about the virus. I would ask for a continuance on sentencing again. Oh,
This whole time delay is just really bizarre.
okay. It is. It is.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get IT here ASAP.
He works with elderly patients. He's very concerned about the virus. I would ask for a continuance on sentencing again.
And mail comes back undeliverable. Mr. Huffman, you can pick a date far out, maybe the end of August. And then if that's not going to work, just send me an email and I can do another amended order commitment.
Okay, great, Judge. Let me pull up my calendar here. If we can do August 29th and August 30th, as is 2 days followed by these 7 days home detention.
Okay, August 29th, I'll just have them report at 7 a.m.
Yeah, that sounds great, Judge. Thank you.
And Anna will scan and email this over to the jail and to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And is that the only matter you have today?
That is, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
We can do August 29th and August 30th. This is 2 days followed by these 7 days home detention.
August 29th, I'll have them report at 7 a.m.
Yeah, that sounds great, Judge. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is, Your Honor.
Mr. Media, I'm waiting for, and Ms. Roberts, I'm waiting for IT to come down. Maybe I'll try to let some new people in.
Yeah, it was really weird this morning when I joined. It prompted me to hook up my audio to my phone, and I've never had that happen before.
Oh, I think IT.
What's going on?
I hear
Can you
them
see those?
outside. No, that's not them. Mr. Media, I'm waiting for, and Ms. Roberts, I'm waiting for IT to come down. Maybe I'll try to let some new people in.
Yeah, it was really weird this morning when I joined. It prompted me to hook up my audio to my phone, and I've never had that happen before.
Oh, I think I hear them. I hear them outside. No, that's not them.
It's really weird this morning when I joined. It prompted me to hook up my audio to my phone, and I've never had that happen before.
Usually IT is on money, but where are they? Let me see. Usually IT is on money, but where are they? Let me see. Let me try letting in Rudy Valenzuela and see if we can do something. Let me try letting in Rudy Valenzuela and see if
Okay, Judge, can you hear me?
yeah, we're having
Okay.
IT problems. So I can hear you now, but it's going to be, you're going to hear us speaking again. So I'm asking IT to come down. So if we can keep our words to a minimal, maybe that'll help. You're going to hear us speaking over each other real soon.
So I just want to say thank you for your email.
Oh, yes, no problems. You're here on Higgins, right?
Yes, Higgins. Okay, Judge, can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. I'm having IT problems. So I can hear you now, but it's gonna be, you're gonna hear us speaking again. So I'm asking IT to come down. So if we can keep our words to a minimal, maybe that'll help. You're gonna hear us speaking over each other real soon.
I just want to say thank you for your email.
Yes, no problem. You're here on Higgins, right?
Yes, Higgins. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. So I can hear you now, but it's gonna be, you're gonna hear us speaking again. IT to come down.
Higgins, I think, taken off the calendar.
I just want to say thank you for your email.
Because I think he's in custody. He's not on the calendar.
I know, they're supposed to be, so can you find out where this, what's happening?
No, I'm saying it's not on this
I
one.
understand that.
Okay.
Can you find out what's happening in his cases?
Yes.
What's the next hearing date?
I just need to look at this for a moment. Well, I've also contacted the supervisors on that. No, I'm saying it's not on this one.
Mr. Valenzuela, on that Higgins case, it was reassigned to Judge Shetter, and a hearing is set this morning at 9 a.m.
I sent it.
Okay. So she doesn't do Zoom, does she? So,
Nope, yeah, she doesn't do Zoom, so I'm sure she'll be there until like, what, 11 or 12 today?
okay.
All right.
I'll
That's,
walk over. Thank you.
thank you, take care,
Thank
okay?
you.
Mr. Valenzuela, on that Higgins case, it was reassigned to. Thank you. It was reassigned. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So we're having real audio problems. So just in few words, tell me what's happening in Linda Vossler's case.
Okay. Linda Vossler received all body worn cameras. Interviewing officers just want a continuance.
Any objection, Mr. Mediate?
No.
Mr. Mediate, can I swear you in?
Yes, Judge.
Do you swear firm
Good morning,
testimony you're
Your Honor.
about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth? Audio problems, so just
Yes.
tell me what's happening in Linda Vossler's case.
Okay. Linda Vossler received all body worn cameras. Interviewing officers just want a continuance.
Any objection, Mr. Mediate?
No.
Can I swear you in?
Yes, Judge.
Do you swear firm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth? Audio.
Yes.
Tell me what's happening.
Body worn cameras.
interviewing officers just want to continue.
Okay, on February 22nd, 2020, city limits of Tucson, traffic stop, DUI investigation, blood, .147.
Court's going to enter plea of not guilty. Mr. Warner, I'll set it for a Zoom hearing on July 23rd at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
On February.
Is that your only case, Mr. Warner?
2020, city limits
I have another one at 9:30 and another one at 11.
Okay, hold on then.
DUI investigation, blood, .147.
Court's going to enter plea of not guilty. Mr. Warner, I'll set it for a Zoom hearing on July 23rd at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. On February.
Is that your only case, Mr. Warner?
I have another one at 9:30 and another one at 11.
Mr. Vic, we're here on Gabriela Mendez, CM 2000517. Did you have any objection to Mr. Warner's request for a continuance?
Let me see, Mendez.
Vic, keep your words to a minimum. We're having audio
Yeah,
problems.
what's the reason for the
He's waiting for
continuance?
live on camera.
I just,
Oh, okay, let me take a look at that.
I just received them. I just need to review them.
CM
Oh, so,
2000517. Did you have
all
any
right, and you have a plea offer?
Yes, I do, Todd. Thank you.
All right, no objection to continuance so that you can review that. Yeah, what's the reason for the continuance? Oh, okay, let me take a look at that.
I just received them. Just need to review them.
Oh, so, all right, and you have a plea offer?
Yes, I do, Todd. Thank you.
All right, no objection to continuance so that you can review that.
Mr. Warner, is July 23rd at 9 a.m. for the next Zoom hearing? Is that okay with you?
Oh, okay, let me take a look at that.
I just received them. Just need to review them.
Oh, so
Yes, Your Honor. That's good. Yes.
no objection to continuance so that you can review that.
Mr. Warner, is July 23rd at 9 a.m. for the next Zoom hearing? Is that okay with you? Mr. Vic, we're also here on Nathaniel Gonzalez.
Gonzalez,
He picked up a new felony, and Mr. Warner is asking for a continuance. Any objections?
Yes, Your Honor. That's good.
Gonzalez. And that's Maritza?
No, Nathaniel Gonzalez, CM 18
Oh, Nathaniel, I'm sorry. Nathaniel, got it.
Vic, we're also here on Nathaniel Gonzalez.
I'm calling it up.
Mr. Warner is
All right, this case is 2 years old. What's the reason for the continuance?
So, I talked with the defendant in jail. He's interested in the possibility of trial. I was waiting on some disclosure, and he just got a new felony lawyer. I was talking to see if if trial could affect his sentencing at all. But I'd like to just go ahead and get the case report, talk to him, and see if we ever set it for trial or a plea by the next one.
So you don't even have a case report and it's 2 years old?
I just got it this morning, Todd. Yeah.
Talked with the
You just got to sign the case?
interested in the.
I just got the case report this morning.
I was waiting on some disclosure. He just got a new felony lawyer.
Okay. I don't care what's happening with the felony. I want it set or pled. If he doesn't want to take a plea, I want it to be set.
To either set it for trial or a plea by the next one.
So you don't even have. So I guess I do. 2 years old. So I guess I do object to the continuance.
Yeah.
You just got to sign the case.
I just got the case report this morning.
I don't care what's happening with the felony. I want it set or pled. If he doesn't want to take a plea, I want it to be set. So I guess I do. So I guess I do object to the continuance. You just got to sign the case.
For the state's objection, Mr. Warner will set it for one last hearing. It's a Zoom hearing, July 23rd at 9 a.m. and we can set it up for trial on that date if your client doesn't want to take the plea.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Is there any reason, Your Honor, is there any reason not to make this just a live one and stick it in with the regular pretrial so we can do a pretrial statement? Because it looks like that's what's happening.
We can't transport him. So if he's going to take a plea.
Oh, no, we don't have to transport him. You could set it as a review. Mr. Warner can show up, get the pretrial statement, or you can order us to get the pretrial statements ahead of time. It looks like it's going to be set for trial, and it's really hard to do the pretrial statements over Zoom.
Thank you,
Your Honor. Is there any reason, Your Honor, is there any reason not to make this just a live one and stick it in?
I can come in that morning.
So we do a pre-trial statement, 'cause we'll look at it. Oh, no, we don't have to transport them. You said it, you could set it as a review.
Well, how-
The Warner can show up. Get the pre-trial.
How about this? Mr. Warner, just send me an email saying you want the pretrial statement. I'll do the officer scheduling on it, just a couple of days before the hearing, and then I'll drop it off in your office and you'll have it.
Okay, sounds good, Todd. Thank you.
Yeah, just send me an email. That'll work. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you.
Well, how about this? Mr. Warner, just send me an email saying you want the pre-trial statement. I'll do the officer scheduling on it, just a couple of days before the hearing, and then I'll drop it off in your office and you'll.
Okay, sounds good, Todd. Thank you.
Yeah, just send me an email. That'll work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Warner, I'm just going to keep it still as July 23rd at 9 a.m. and then hopefully you guys can work things out.
We will have it worked out by then. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Todd.
Excuse, thank you.
Thanks.
May I be excused?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Pre-trial statement. I'll do the officer scheduling on it, just a couple of days before the hearing, and then I'll drop it off in your office. Yeah, just send me an email. That'll work. Thank you.
Well, I'm just going to keep it still at July 23rd at 9 a.m. and then hopefully you guys can work things out.
We will have it worked out by then. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Todd.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Spector.
Good morning, Your Honor.
So in very few words, can you tell me what you want done in your DUI case? Do you want a continuance? Because we're having audio problems and you're going to hear us repeating what we're saying just now.
Continuance, Your Honor, approximately 30 to 45 days.
No objection.
Mr. Spector, I'm going to continue to set another Zoom hearing for July 23rd at 9:30 a.m. So in very few words, can you tell me what you want done in your DUI case? You want to continue? We're having audio problems.
I thank you very much. That worked. Continuance, Your Honor, approximately 30 to.
No objection.
Mr. Spector, I'll set it for July 23rd at 9:30 a.m. and we'll scan and email the admitted entry to you, okay?
Excellent. Everyone have a good day. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll set it for July 23rd at 9:30 a.m. and we'll scan and email the admitted entry to you, okay?
Excellent. Everyone have a good day. Thank you very much.
Unmute. Can you hear me now?
All right, hold on, Ms.
Oh,
Bradley.
I can't hear. I can hear. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. Okay.
Ms. Bradley, hold on. You can't say very many words. We're having audio problems.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Ms. Bradley, we're here on Gracella Harmon. What do you want done in this case? A continuance?
Oh, wait a minute, There we go. Okay.
Ms. Bradley, hold on. You can't say very many words. We're having audio problems.
Sorry.
Hold on.
I'm hearing echoes, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're having.
Oh,
Why?
So just go ahead with
Gracella
it.
Harmon, what do you want done in this case?
Gracella Harmon, let's see.
You can't speak very much. Bradley was here and Giselle Harmon. What do you want done? Continue?
I would like an OSC, Your Honor.
I'm hearing after the.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, because go ahead.
So for mom, what do you want done? You can't speak very much. Bradley was here and Giselle Harmon.
I would like an OSC, Your Honor.
I'm gonna set that OSC hearing July 6th at 10:30.
Thank you.
The OSC hearing July 6th at 10:30.
Thank you.
Judge, I can't hear you.
We're here on State versus Zachariah Martinez. Ms. Roberts is present, Ms. Bradley is present, Mr. Martinez is present in the courtroom.
Oh,
Ms. Bradley, you want to continue this hearing date?
please, Your Honor, and if you'd send them up.
Okay, hold on. Ms. Roberts, you want to swear in the complaint? We'll try to do this quickly. Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do, Judge.
Go ahead.
Opening the case from the back.
This is Zachariah Martinez. Ms. Roberts is present, Ms. Bradley is present, Mr. Martinez is present in the courtroom. Ms. Bradley, you want to continue this hearing date?
Please, Your Honor, and if you'd send them up.
Okay, hold on. Ms. Roberts, do you want to swear in the complaint? We'll try to do this quickly. Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do, Judge.
Go ahead.
Opening the case from the back. October 30th, 2019, within city limits of Tucson, traffic stop, contact, odor of marijuana, signs and symptoms observed, DUI investigation launched, poor performance on field sobriety tests, admissions to smoking marijuana, arrest, blood draw pursuant to search warrant showed presence of THC.
will plead not guilty. Ms. Bradley, I'm gonna set it for July 23rd at 9:30.
2019, within city limits of Tucson, traffic stop, contact, odor of marijuana, signs and symptoms observed, DUI investigation launched, poor performance on field sobriety test, admission for smoking marijuana, arrest, blood draw pursuant to search warrant, show presence of THC.
Not guilty. Ms. Bradley, I'm gonna set it for July 23rd at 9:30. Ms. Bradley, I'm gonna send up Mr. Martinez to your office, so go up to the 6th floor, okay? And you can take her a copy of this. July 23rd at 9. You'll get a minute entry. So it's repeating everything I'm saying 4 times. So I'll talk and then you'll hear me talking in a moment. Hold on. You'll hear me
That's okay.
speaking in a moment.
Put the pen right there in the recycling.
Make sure that volume. No, which is the volume? Where's your YouTube at? That's where it's happening. That last part right there. Turn that volume all the way off. That should. We can hear your feedback.
I'm gonna scan.
All right, Ms. Bradley and Mr. Vick, this is your case. We're here on Trina Miller, CM19072-656, CM1905220. Can you all hear me okay?
Okay.
You want me to talk, Judge?
Yeah, we fixed the problem, I believe. And Mr. Vick, this is your case. Oh, I guess you know what? He went off and now he's back. Hold on. No wonder he didn't speak. How do I get this to lower down? This message thing, because I'm not being able to see who's all there. How do I get this area box to move down?
You turn us right by the. See that little arrow? Try to see if that.
Mr. Vick, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so this is your case. State versus Trina Miller, CM19072-656, CM190522200. Mr. Vick's present by video. Ms. Bradley is present by video. And you've had contact with your client, Ms. Bradley?
Judge, I haven't had recent contact with her.
Sounds like.
I'm gonna ask for an OSC, since now she can actually come physically into court. She's not there apparently?
No, she's not.
Okay, well, I would ask for an OSC, Your Honor.
I don't have any problem with that.
All right, OSC hearing is going to be set July 6th at 9 a.m. Oh, no, it's going to be at 10:30 a.m. Sorry.
Thank you.
And Ms. Bradley, your next case is Wittenberg, Robert Wittenberg, TR 20009608. And this is Ms. Roberts' case. And Ms. Roberts is present, Ms. Bradley is present, and you're with your client's appearance, Ms. Bradley?
Yes, Judge, I spoke to him this morning and he allowed me to accept service for him.
And Ms. Roberts, let me swear you in. Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. On February 18th, 2020, within the city limits of Tucson, officers conducted a traffic stop. Upon contact with the driver, Mr. Wittenberg, there was an odor of marijuana. Signs and symptoms of impairment were observed. A DUI investigation was launched. There was poor performance on field sobriety test and noticeable body tremors. A PBT showed no alcohol, but there were further signs and symptoms of marijuana ingestion. Post Miranda, Mr. Wittenberg made admissions to consuming marijuana. There was an arrest, a blood draw pursuant to admin per se, which showed the presence of THC.
I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. Ms. Bradley, I'll set up for a Zoom hearing July 23rd at 9:30, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Leave a message, I'm on call, Zoom call. Okay? Yeah, he just keep him there. Yeah, Cheryl knows. All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
This is DeHaro, Raymond DeHaro. There's 3 cases, and I'm not sure, let's see, who's the prosecutor on this case? Looks like Mr. Vick's cases.
I think might be the drug prosecutor, Your Honor.
Roberts. Ms. Bradley are present by video. Have you had good contact with your client?
No, Your Honor, I have not. I do have a phone number for a girlfriend that I called, 2 days ago, and she was going to try to locate him. So I would ask for an OSC, Your Honor.
Over the defense request, I'm going to issue a warrant. He has had multiple warrants in his case, and he keeps not showing up, and there's been multiple withdrawals of the CBPD's office. So I'm going to issue a warrant for his arrest. Withdraw the PD's office. Ms. Bradley, do you have any other cases? Yeah, you have
I do.
Estrada.
I have Paul Estrada.
Okay, versus Paul Estrada. There's 2 cases. And who is assigned to this case? This looks like it might be Mr. Mediate's case.
Yep.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mediate's available by phone. Ms. Bradley is available. You waiving your client's presence?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I've had good contact with my client and I've had some clarification questions for Mr. Mediate, and I suppose he's going to get to it and get back to me on it.
All right, for a continuance?
Yes, just another continuance, Your Honor.
July 23rd at 9:30 a.m. for a Zoom hearing.
Okay. Judge, if I need to change that to a change of plea, would I just email you and change it?
Email me and I'll vacate the Zoom date and set it for a change of plea hearing.
All right.
Any other cases, Ms. Bradley?
I do, Your Honor. Well, I'm wondering about one for this afternoon, Mr. Garland.
Yeah, I can't do it today afternoon.
I'm sorry, what?
Email me about that one. If you've got a client for this afternoon, my pro se hearing calendar.
Oh, okay. So I do have a no objection from Mr. Vick on a continuance. I can email.
Send me an email and I'll look at it or pull
Okay.
the file. I don't have those files yet right now.
All right, no problem. That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you. Am I excused, Your Honor?
Yeah, you're excused.
Okay.
So the folks in the audience are here on Amanda Ortiz on your Zoom calendar, and it must have been continued because Mr. Orson is not here. So can you tell them when the date is set for? Amanda, she's not on the calendar, it's on the Zoom calendar.
And I need to see your Zoom calendar.
Yeah,
Ortiz.
you gotta print this out. Not
Yeah.
everyone's gonna,
Amanda.
so that's what they're waiting for. You here on Mr. Daniel Velasquez, Ms. Casillo?
Yes, I'm here on
Hold on.
him among other things.
Hold on, let me call the case, CM 20014-799. Mr. Vick is on this case, and let me unmute him. And Ms. Casillo is present. And Ms. Casillo, what is happening in this case?
Judge, Mr. Velasquez was in custody. He is no longer in custody. He was released to pretrial services on June 2nd on his felony matter, and he has felony court on June 30th. So I would ask for a continuance so that I can touch base with his felony lawyer and find out what's happening on that matter. These matters, I believe, are related.
Mr. Vick, do you have any objection to the continuance?
Yeah, didn't we dismiss this case? Do you have a dismissal in the file?
No.
I think we dismissed it for felony.
Nope, there's no dismissal in the file.
You know what I'll do? Since I'm in court this afternoon, I will bring a signed dismissal then. Let me just check the file. I'm doing this from, I looked at this a minute ago, but my memory ain't what it used to be. But I believe that we dismissed it because they are related and they're going to prosecute the whole thing as a felony. But I just need to look in the file real quick. It's loading up. Sorry for the delay. It's still going around. It would choose right now to be really slow, wouldn't it? Okay.
Hold on, Todd. I'm talking to my Todd IT. How do I get it off the page?
Sure.
Like, I don't want it looking, I just want the single page over here. I don't want the side where it's open like a book.
Hey, can you remember real quick?
Yeah, sure enough, Your Honor, there was a dismissal there, and I'll bring that in this afternoon.
I'm gonna put you orally move to dismiss because you'll pursue in the case by a felony, and I'll dismiss it without prejudice right now.
Thank you.
And I'll withdraw the city public defender's office.
Thank you.
Scan and email that minute entry to you. Okay. All right, hold on, Todd. There's another Todd here that's helping me on my stuff.
Alrighty. Okay, 20. 578.
Oh, that's worse.
See the menu up there now.
It's not that big of a deal. We'll figure it out later.
Whatever reason, this menu thinks that I know exactly where I'm supposed to go, but if I can't bring it up,
Go back to the old look.
that's all. Click that again. You hit the three dots there. Okay, I just wonder if you right click on it.
Not that thing. I'll go back to the old thing.
Yeah, that's even what I'm trying to do at this point.
Go
Just
back
trying
to the
make
old
it
look.
go back to the way it was before,
Oh gosh.
and now I can't.
We'll figure it out later.
And that's what you want.
No, it doesn't look like that, no. I do, but that's not how it usually looks. That looks weird. It looks exactly like that. Okay, but I need it a little bigger. Yeah, that's how it should look. Okay. I never had these things on the side, but that's okay. Okay, great, thank you. All right, so first is Richard Barrett, TR 200126557. Let's see, Mr. Mediates on this case, and Ms. Casillas is present. And he actually wrote an email to the court saying he could not be present today. So you've had good contact with him, Ms. Casillas?
I have, Judge.
Okay, what's happening in this case?
I'm asking for a continuance so that he and I can meet.
Okay, Mr. Mediates, is there going to be a long form in this case?
Judge, I couldn't hear the name of this case when you said it.
State versus Richard Barrett?
Barrett.
Barrett, B-A-R-R-E-T-T.
Oh, okay. I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. While he's pulling that up.
Yes, Judge, there is, and I can send it over to you.
Can you scan it right now or email it right now?
Yes, Judge.
All right, what's the charge?
It's a BAC. The blood was 0.267. The charge then.
Or the 3 additional? Ms. Casilla, will you accept service?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Mediate, let me swear you in.
Okay.
Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Judge.
All right, go ahead while you're scanning it.
On March 2nd, 2020, 6351 East Broadway, city limits of Tucson, traffic stop for speeding, DUI investigation ensued, and the blood result was 0.267. And I'm just pulling up the long form to send over.
That's a DUI BAC, extreme DUI above a 0.15, and extreme DUI above a 0.20. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, court's going to enter pleas of not guilty. And we'll set a Zoom hearing for July 17th at 2 o'clock, Ms. Casilla.
Okay.
Mr. Mediate, let me know when you've sent it. Say versus Ortho Brown, CM190666798. I believe this is Mr. Vick's case, and Ms. Casilla is present. Ms. Casilla, have you had good contact with Ms. Brown?
I have, Judge. I need to ask for a continuance so that she and I can meet. There are a couple of things going on. There's an interpreter involved, and I know for today she and I were going to meet, but there wasn't an interpreter available, and also she has a significantly compromised immune system, So she has safety concerns about going out and about.
Mr. Vick, did you have any objections to a continuance?
Well, it's 7 months old, and we've had this interpreter problem. I even have a note in here. It says there's no one in Tucson available, and it has to be done through language line. So waiting for an interpreter that doesn't exist, I don't understand that. I want it set, or if there's some possibility that this case may plead, I don't object. But there's been absolutely no word, and it's 7 months old.
So, Ms. Castillo, how are you getting
Did you say there's been absolutely no work?
No, I haven't gotten any word on whether there's a possibility of a plea or not.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. I thought you
yeah.
said there's been no work. And
Oh, no. Word. I'm sorry. I'm not enunciating properly.
So, Ms. Castillo, how are you talking to your clients?
She speaks some English, but not enough for me to comprehend, for her to comprehend legal matters. And she also has a case manager that I have used as a point of contact.
All right, so we'll set it for one last hearing. July, what did I say? July 17th at 2 o'clock for a Zoom hearing.
Okay, and she does not have Zoom capability, Judge, I don't believe.
She can be with you, or she can call on the phone.
Right, well, I'll try that, but in my office, we don't really have the ability to set up somebody appearing with me via Zoom and still maintain social, to make it safe for myself and her, social distancing precautions. So I will figure it out, I guess. You said July 17th? I'm sorry?
Quran, is it Quran, or what's the language? Quran?
Quran, yeah. And I know, when I said that we had contacted I think the interpreter's office, and they send our office a list each week of interpreters that are confirmed both for court and for meetings. And for this one, it said that there was no interpreter available. I don't think it's accurate that there's not one available ever in Tucson, because initially at one court date when we were there in person, there was somebody present.
All right, so you guys.
I'm just reading. Yeah, I'm just reading from the note in my file. I don't have any personal knowledge of that, of course.
Okay, July 17th, 2 o'clock for a Zoom hearing, and your client can appear here in the courtroom, and you can appear by Zoom, however you want to do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, bye.
Do you have any other cases, Ms. Castillo?
Did we finish Kevin Smith?
Ooh, is he on the list?
Yeah, he's on I have him, Kevin Smith.
I don't see him on our list. Send me an email about him and we can pull a file and see if
I sent an email to, he was included.
Send over an email right now so Anna can pull a file and we can look at it, and I can contact you to Zoom back in.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.
You're excused. Hi, Mr. Charnesky. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so State versus Tabitha Caro, TR 19042-516. Mr. Mediate's present. Mr. Charnesky is present. You're waiving.
That's my case, Judge.
Oh, Ms. Roberts is present, and you're waiving your client presence, Mr. Charnesky?
That's correct.
All right, what's happening in this case?
Well, I did an interview with Officer Hannah Michael. He wasn't entirely sure what happened with the video of the investigation. I guess his best analysis is that while he thought he had it turned on, maybe he didn't. He felt real bad about that. Frankly, he was very apologetic. He indicated to me that he was actually going to contact the prosecutor's office to see if he could encourage, I think, a resolution to the case, but I don't know if that ever happened. In the meantime, looked into experts in this case. Excuse me. All my experts regarding a THC case like this are essentially asking for the same thing, of which I haven't been able to get, and perhaps the Tucson City Prosecutor's Office can get it. But right now I've had trouble getting it. And that's the protocols that the lab uses to test for the THC. It's a foundational issue, as in that, of course, they're going to, I'm assuming, testify about how they test for THC in trial. And without having those protocols, I don't really know if they're following their rules or not, and necessarily what the rules are. But more to the point, it's really hard for an expert to come in and say what they're doing is reliable or not without seeing those protocols. And they're pretty basic. I mean, the thing is when it comes to alcohol testing, both the Tucson City Crime Lab and DPS has readily disclosed their protocols to me. And the experts have them because they get them too. And it's not really an issue that we particularly have with alcohol because, like I said, those protocols are readily made available. I've been trying to get DPS in another case in Justice Court right now for going on 6 months to get me those protocols. I haven't got them yet. I've made a public informations request to get those protocols. They haven't responded. But moving forward, I'd say I really need those protocols because I have to get those protocols to my expert. And I think that they'd be foundational also. And I think there's no way I can really cross-examine the expert with or without my own expert.
All right, so Mr. Krasinski,
without those protocols.
Ms. Roberts, do you have an objection to a continuance?
No, and I have been in communication with Officer Hanemichael. He did make me aware of a problem with the body worn cam. I'm not sure what Mr. Charneski is referring to as far as Officer Hanemichael reaching out to me for a resolution, but there hasn't been a contemplation of dismissal of the case, if that's what he's alluding to. As far as— I
think that's what he was going to ask you to do, is probably come up, not a dismissal of the case, but potentially a non-DUI resolution. That's what he said he was going to ask you. I don't have any idea if he did. I told him that I wasn't sure that request would necessarily be well received, but that of course I would welcome it.
Sure, and I did log all the emails, but that was back in February. Obviously, we've had a lapse in court dates, and some significant time has transpired. So I don't have an objection to a continuance. I can follow up with Officer Hanemichael and see if there's anything my office can do as to reaching out to DPS.
You guys can talk about, I'm going to set a Zoom hearing July 17th at 2 o'clock. Anything else for the record?
Well, I just asked that, see if Ms. Roberts can get the DPS, because this is tested by DPS, the DPS protocols that their lab or labs employ for the testing of blood for THC.
Ms. Roberts, are you going to be able to do that?
I can reach out. It's not a request that I've ever had to facilitate before, so I can't make any promises, but I will make the effort.
All right, July 17th, 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
All All right, so Mr. Mediate, can I get your, we're gonna handle this, State versus Justin Castro.
Okay.
And Mr. Mediate, Mr. Lincoln Green is present here in the courtroom. And Justin Castro is present, and they're gonna take the plea in this case. So, do you guys want to look at the prosecutor on the screen?
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Mediate's present by video, and Mr. Lincoln Green is present, and Justin Castro is present. All right. So Mr. Castro, I have to explain some constitutional rights that you're waiving by taking your offer. I just need you to listen to my advisement. If you have any questions, you may ask. I need to let you know that you don't have to take the state's plea offer. You're entitled to have a trial in your case before a jury of 6 people who would decide whether you're guilty or not guilty of the DUI charges. If you had that trial, you could represent yourself. You could hire an attorney to represent, you have your attorney, I'm sorry. Your attorney would represent you at all stages of the proceedings. He would have an opportunity during your trial to question or cross-examine the state's witnesses as to the truthfulness of their testimony. During your trial, he could present your evidence, call any witnesses you may have. You could choose to testify or not testify. You were found guilty of any of the charges at trial, you would have a right to appeal your case to a higher court. You're not a citizen of the United States. Pleading guilty or no contest to a crime may affect your immigration status. Admitting guilt may result in deportation. Even if the charge is later dismissed, your plea admission of guilt could result in your deportation or removal, could prevent you from ever being able to get legal status in the United States, or could prevent you from becoming a U.S. citizen. After today's date, you have a very limited appeal right called Rule 32. If you file that motion, all I would do is review the record to see if there were any errors made in your case. Let's say you took your case to trial and you were found guilty of any of the DUI charges at trial. Maximum possible punishment could have been up to 5 years on probation, up to 6 months in jail, up to a $2,550 fine plus surcharges. The minimum sentence would have been at least, for the DUI charge and BAC charge, would have been at least 10 days jail, a $1,473 fine plus surcharges and fees. Beginning to today's date, you have to be really careful for the next 7 years. If you were convicted of a second-time DUI charge or a BAC DUI charge, you'd be facing 90 days jail, a $3,423 fine plus surcharges and fees. The license would be revoked, and the ignition interlock would have to be placed on your vehicle. If it was a second-time extreme DUI conviction, you'd face at least 120 days jail, a $3,673 fine plus surcharges and fees. License revocation, ignition interlock. Third or fourth conviction in 7 years, they're both class 4 felony convictions. For the third DUI, you'd be facing 4 months prison at least. For the fourth DUI, at least 8 months prison. In both of those felony situations, you'd be facing a $4,605 fine plus surcharges and fees, 3 years license revocation, ignition interlock, and vehicle forfeiture. Mr. Castro, did you have any questions about any of those advisements?
No.
Are you on probation or parole for any other case?
No.
Do you have a middle name, sir?
No.
And what is your date of birth?
12/28/1988.
All right. Did you sign today's plea? This is your signature here. Is that correct?
Yes.
No one's forced you or threatened to take the plea offer. Is that correct? All right. How do you plead to one count of the DUI charge? Statute numbers 1381A1 that occurred November 23rd, 2019. Guilty or not guilty? On that date, were you driving a vehicle within the city limits of Tucson? And had you drank alcohol before driving? And would you say that you were impaired at least slightly or a little bit? All right, court's going to find that Mr. Castro, newly voluntarily, intelligently pleads guilty to one count of the DUI charge 2813-81A1 that occurred on November 23rd, 2019. Court will enter judgment of guilt into record. By the way, what was the blood results? Do you know, Mr.?
No 6.
Mr. Mediate?
0.106.
Okay, great. Thanks, court. All right, I'll dismiss the other charges in your case, Mr. Castro. Place you on 12 months of unsupervised probation. It just basically means don't violate any new laws. By law, you have to complete an alcohol evaluation, any recommended counseling, and 1 math class. Make sure you show your proofs of completion. You're going to get certificates of completion. File copies of those in your court file by October 15th, 2020. You can scan and email your documents. You can mail them in, or you can just show them downstairs in room 104, okay? don't consume any alcohol, don't violate any new laws. The fine is $1,530. There's a mandatory DUI processing fee of $214 and a jail fee of $350. And you need a payment plan, sir, to pay off the fine and fees? Can you afford to pay $50 monthly, or do you need something less? All right, $50 monthly. Make sure you start paying July 15th, 2020. If you don't pay every month by the 15th of each month, then you could go into collections. If you go into collections, your license could be suspended. Do you understand? 10 days jail, 9 days suspended. You're going to do 1 day in a county jail. And do you know when you're going to report to the jail? That's fine. Of this month? June 27th. Okay. And what time did you want to get to the jail?
I don't have an accurate time yet.
Yeah, you do. So it's open 24/7. So in the evening or morning? Okay. So get to the jail June 27th at 7:30 a.m. just so that you're processed in by 8 o'clock a.m. Make sure you've had no alcohol or drink 24 hours before reporting to the jail, because they will breathalyze you when you get to the jail. And at the end of the 12-month period, if you've complied with your sentence conditions, you may file a petition to set aside your conviction. And you do that by going to room 104 downstairs and asking for that motion. It's a fill in the blank motion. Just file it. I'll pull your file. And as long as you've complied, I don't have a problem granting that motion. Do you understand, sir?
Yeah.
All right. You can see my clerk. She'll give you your paperwork and then your excuse. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, thank you. Take care.
Can you just leave?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, these are the rights the judgment over with you. I need you to sign them. Hang on to the pen. Now to sign it.
Mr. Gutierrez, are you appearing on a case?
I do, Your Honor. I have 2 matters.
This is your second.
Hold on a second. No, these are only Zoom hearings, so he won't be here. You need something from him? Hold on, let me call the case. State versus Joseph McKillany, TR 19024-625. Mr. Mediate's appearing by video. Mr. Gutierrez is present in custody. I mean, I'm sorry, not in custody. Good grief. I don't want him in custody. He is present on behalf of Mr. McElhenney. So for the Zoom hearings, yeah, we don't plan to have people present in court.
Understood. Just I need to look at hearings today.
Okay.
Let me explain now what's going on with Mr. McElhenney. The jury trial review, but we're actually asking to be removed from the jury trial review section and put that in pre-trial. The main reason is that McElhenney's review on the state court. So at this point, we're going to be doing a court order.
Mr. Mediate, did you hear that?
No.
Mr. McKillany has picked up a new DUI case. So he's going to be asking you for a consolidated plea offer to resolve both cases. So he wants it off the child chat, and he'll talk to you about a consolidated plea.
Okay, and he'll send me an email.
You'll send Mr. Mediate an email? You'll send Mr. Mediate an email?
We will do so regarding that.
Okay, so technically, Mr. Gutierrez, I'm gonna set it for a Zoom hearing for the next hearing. And have you gotten disclosure on the new case yet?
New one, no, not yet.
Is it a case here in city court?
It is, yes.
Okay, so it's a city court case, the newest case. So we'll give you time to get disclosure. So we'll have you July 17th at 2:30. I'll set up for a Zoom hearing. And you can talk to Mr. Mediate about both cases. All right, so July 17th, 2:30. Then the other case is Fowler, Bradley Fowler, TR 18054-670. Mr. Mediate's present and Mr. Gutierrez is present. Are you waiving your client's presence?
Waiving his presence, Your Honor, to this matter.
And what's happening in this
Your
case?
Honor, what's going on is, I don't know if you recall, but we had this matter reset. What it was is that this particular case was filed previously in Pima County Superior Court, charged with a felony offense. And we resolved that matter. He took a plea offer. You know, back in 2018.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes, and then it got to the point where his probation was even terminated. So I got that paperwork. I've got the police reports, and I thought one of Mr. Mediate here because I have the police reports from the felony case, and they're the exact same situation that we have.
So can you scan it and email it to Mr. Mediate?
That's what that's been my next step now, because like I said,
Okay.
I hope is just to show him all the paperwork, but
So they
it's
can
a
dismiss
lot.
the case.
Yeah. So they can.
So, Mr. Mediate, on Mr. Fowler's case, Mr. Gutierrez wants a dismissal. He's going to send you the police reports, the information from felony court, because it's the same exact case as this misdemeanor case.
And the sentencing memo and everything else. I'll send him everything.
Yep, he notified me of the information. I just asked if he can scan it, email it to me. That's fine. We'll look at it and figure something out.
All right, July 17th at 2:30.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Zarzaki, finally, you're here appearing on Holguin Albietta,
Yes.
is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And that looks like my case.
All right, so Mr. Zarzaki, what's happening? State versus Jose Holguin Albietta, TR 18057-170, TR 180388891. Mr. Mediate present. Mr. Zarzaki, both appearing by video. Have you had good contact with your client, Mr. Zarzaki?
I have. And hold on one second. Let me close my office door real quick.
Okay.
So not be in background noise. I've emailed him a couple of times. I'm just waiting on a final decision from him whether or not to take the plea or set for trial. If the court recalls, he lives out of state. He's made some accommodations to potentially he lives in New Mexico. He's made some accommodations due to the jail time in New Mexico, but I have yet to get a final decision from him if that's the route he wants to go. I would ask for just one more continuance and set a tentative pretrial change of plea. And I'm not sure how the court wants to do, if the court's doing change of pleas over Zoom or if we need to do that in person.
It's going to be in person. I'm going to set up for a change of plea hearing. It's going to be July 7th at 11 a.m.
Okay, let me make sure that works on my calendar, but I will let him know if that's.
And just, I don't want to be asking to add any more jury trials to the list, but we've been getting a fairly similar comment for what I see almost August 2019. So I'd like to have it resolved without a trial as much as anyone else, but I mean, we really
Yeah.
got to move it.
No, and I understand. And let me add to that. Part of the delay up until about December was we were trying to negotiate out a plea or figure out how to get home detention to work or something like that. The delay since then, I understand the state's frustration, and I will just say I somewhat share the frustration. So if the state's position is that the plea is going to be withdrawn at the next court date, I will convey that tonight.
All right, so just prepare a joint pretrial statement in case he doesn't take the plea.
Okay.
Sounds good.
For trial. Thank you. And we'll scan and email the minute entry to Mr. Zarziki.
Okay. I also have Klein Top set, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on. All right, so what's happening? State versus Scott Kleintop, TR19015-986, TR19057-890. Mr. Mediate's present, Mr. Zarziki is present, and
I think it's Miss Roberts' case, right?
That's my case, Judge.
yeah, we just did the evidentiary hearing. So, Mr. Zarziki, what does your client want to do?
So we're intending on setting it for trial, Your Honor.
All right, so let me give you some trial dates, Ms. Roberts. Let's see. We set it for October 29th and 30th, and there's going to be a whole bunch of cases set. So
That's fine. Does the court know? I mean, that's fine. I can keep that date open on my calendar. Does the court know the likelihood of our case going, how far we're down in the queue, so I can let my client know?
let your client know. I just don't know. Your case is not that old. It's 2019.
Okay.
I just don't know. I would have a better idea as we get closer to the date.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just let him know to keep the date open, and when we get closer,
Yeah, for sure. Keep the date open. Miss Roberts, do you need to do any officer checks, or is that too far ahead?
Well, it looks like the most recent telestaff report goes out till the end of October. I should be able to check it, but if you want me to do it right now, it's going to take me a couple minutes.
That's fine. Go ahead and check.
Okay.
And let Gregory Sultan, so just to let everyone know, he's going to be coming on to the Zoom, just so he knows we're here. Mr. Schultz, are you there?
Good morning, Your Honor. I am.
All right, so hold on a second. I'm dealing with another issue, but I just wanted to Zoom you in just so you know that we know you're there.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Take your time.
Thanks. And if you want to mute your screen, Mr. Schultz, and then I'll call your case in a moment.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
There are no conflicts for the state on Kleintop, October 29th, 30th, Judge.
All right, so both parties will file your joint pretrial statement by June 30th. You can just go ahead and scan and email that to me. And then Mr. Zarzicki, file a jury trial acknowledgement by July 3rd.
Okay, can do.
All right, so October 29th, 30th, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. is our jury trial sitting. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Jeremy,
Huh.
you just want me to send that to you in Word doc and then you can make
That's-
your, okay.
That's fine with me. And I don't know if what the court's position on signatures is, but obviously I don't care if it's signed or not. If Daniel sends it.
I've just been doing the
electronic
Slash S or,
yeah,
yeah,
little
that's
slash S slash my name. So,
fine
okay,
with
will do. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Say versus Carlos Cesares. TR 19073-665, and Mr. Mediate's on this case. Mr. Stoltz is on this case. And Mr. Stoltz, you've had good contact with your client?
I absolutely, Your Honor. I spoke to him yesterday.
All right, what's happening in this case?
Oh, we'd like to set the case for trial, Your Honor.
Jury trial?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Your Honor is setting, since I came in a little late on Mr. Zarzicki's hearing, of whether you're picking jury trial days right now or whether you're setting jury trial setting conferences. My only concern is we are going to be bringing in an expert witness in the case because it's a breath case, and I don't know in the current moment what the availability is for people like Eric Brown or Chester Foxmeyer.
All right, so I heard that Chester is okay with doing, he wants to do video hearings. He hasn't said whether he's going to come to court or not. We've asked him and he's not committed to that. So maybe by October, he'll be committed to doing that.
Okay.
And I'll just set you for October 29th and 30th, and you could go first if you have an out-of-state witness coming.
Perfect. And obviously, I mean, not that it matters, but we'll waive the time, and we'll waive all the time until October.
Yeah, and I just want to let you know, when we get closer to that date, we'll, have a better idea of stuff.
That's no problem.
Mr. Mediate, do you need to do officer checks?
For the date you just said, we're good here.
30th?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'll just need to send over Greg a pretrial statement to you.
That's no problem. You have my
You guys have deadline date.
Let me just check to see. You probably would have put on your NOA, I think, right?
Certainly, but it's super easy for me to just read it to.
No, I got it. Greg at Defense AZ.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I'll send it over to you.
Okay. Is Your Honor setting like jury trial reviews or something like that beforehand? I know some judges are doing that.
I didn't plan to because I don't have a calendar yet in October, but I will pull this case 2 weeks before and let you know before the 2 weeks that I'm setting a jury trial review.
Perfect. No problem. I'll be open and ready.
So file a joint pretrial statement by June 30th of 2020. And you guys can just scan and email that to me, and then file a jury trial acknowledgement, Mr. Stoltz, by July 3rd.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
We'll scan and email the minute entry to you, Mr. Stoltz. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day. And you too, sir. Thank you.
See you.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
Good morning. This is Shane Miller from Hayden Hall on behalf of Joseph LaFlaca.
And it looks like it's my case.
Which case is it? Last name? Oh,
La
La Placa.
Placa.
Okay, La Placa, okay. Let me call the case. State versus Joseph La Placa, CM19-058-751. Mr. Mediate's appearing by video, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch the defense attorney's last name.
Yes, Shane Miller.
Oh, Shane Miller, okay, oh yeah, okay. So Mr. Miller is appearing by video, telephone. And Mr. La Placa, have you had good contact with your client?
I have, Your Honor. Actually, we were anticipating attempting to enter him into a diversion plea today. We had him sign the plea, and I signed it as well. I'm not sure if you can do that telephonically or how that works.
Yeah, I can
we were contacted.
plea.
What's that, Your Honor?
Can you do is your client available to do the diversion plea?
We probably could get him available, yeah. He was going to be available until we spoke with the prosecutor. We weren't sure if that was going to work or not, so we can probably get him back on if you would like us to get him into the call.
Yeah, that's fine. And can you scan and email the diversion plea to me?
Yeah, I did. We signed it. Both myself and our client signed it. Sent it to the prosecutor. It just needed his signature.
And Mr.
But
Meeks,
I'm not sure if we have to wait to get it.
So, Judge, we have an afternoon session. I haven't been able to sign it. I just got it today, so I can sign it and bring that hard copy in. I can send you what we have.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll send you what we have.
Okay, Judge. So, would you like me to try to get him on the line as well then?
Yes.
Okay. Give me one moment. I'm going to try to do that with my phone right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anyone downstairs waiting to come in? No.
So, Judge, I just emailed you the copy that the defendant has signed. They emailed it to me, and I can print it and sign a copy whenever I get there this afternoon.
Okay, Judge. I believe you should be able to hear my client now. Mr. La Placa, can you just say who you are on the?
Hi, this is Joseph La Placa.
All right, hold on a second. Let me print this diversion plea right now. Let me call a case. State versus Joseph La Placa, CM19-058-751. Mr. Mediate's present by video. Mr. Miller and Mr. La Placa are appearing by telephone video, Zoom telephone video. And Mr. La Placa, I understand you want to take this diversion plea to resolve your case. Is that correct?
I can't really hear.
Okay, Mr. La Placa, you want to take this diversion plea offer?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I have to explain some constitutional rights that you're waiving by taking your offer. I just need you to listen to my advisement. Can you hear me better?
I can't fully understand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Judge, maybe I can try to. So I'm basically doing this with two cell phones with a speakerphone. If I forward him the meeting, the Zoom meeting information, will he be able to join into the call using my login?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Well,
send that invite to your clients, so you can maybe try to have them Zoom in.
Okay, I will send him that right now. Just one moment, Your Honor.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna call another case, Mr. Miller. So I'll just we'll be here. Mr. Parvin, can you hear me? Mr. Parvin?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I've never done a Zoom appearance before, so I'm not quite sure how it works.
Oh, okay. Mr. Vick is on this case, actually. Mr. Vick, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Vick is present by Zoom video, telephone, and Mr. Parvin is appearing by Zoom telephone. We're here on State versus Maritza Gonzalez, CM 200-12704. Mr. Parvin, have you had good contact with your client?
Yes, I spoke to her about the beginning of the month. At this point, we haven't received a plea or diversion offer. I believe it's possible. I at least presented to her. She may still want to go to trial, but at this point, we don't have any more information on the case. I think there's still a body camera pending. I know those can take a while.
All right, Mr. Vick, do you have body?
Yeah, there's a diversion offer, and you know what isn't contained within a diversion offer, right, Mr. Parvin? You don't know if those.
I do, but I would need a copy at least to give it to the client. Again, I don't know if she'd want it, but I at least need to present her the piece of paper.
Well, I'll leave a copy at the front desk. Next time you're in court, you can come up to our office and pick up a copy, because I don't know how to. I mean, I can try to email it to you, but I don't know if you're in my email list or not. I'll give it a shot. Otherwise, I'll leave a copy.
He's in my email, the Zoom hearings. Mr. Vick, on the invite, it lists his email address. His address.
Yeah, it should be on there. I should have it if he's on the Zoom list. Oh, yeah. Then I'll definitely, as soon as we're done here, I'll try to send it over. And Mr. Parvin, just let me know if you don't receive it. And as far as the body worn, we did request it at the beginning of this month, so not that long ago. If Her Honor would like to order us to get it, then it's been pretty good that we get it by the next pretrial if you order it.
Okay, so I will say state will disclose body worn camera. Mr. Parvin, are you okay with the next Zoom hearing being on July 17th at 2:30?
Yes, that's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, so if it's for some reason you want to do a change of plea, then just email me and I'll set up for a change of plea hearing.
That's again at that point I think it'd be too premature, as I at least need to review the body camera.
Oh, that's
but how are trials proceeding at this point? Because I know it'd be very hard for me to be in a master in a trial. I don't know if we're continuing. If it does go to trial, I'm just trying to get an idea of when they're being set.
Oh, we're doing trials. We're doing bench trials and evidentiary hearings. We started June 1st, so I've had a couple, and everyone's wearing masks in court. And so, yeah, we're setting bench trials.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Honor.
And my clerk will email you and scan you the minute entry.
And Mr. Parvin, I'll try to send those over in the next couple of minutes. So see if they arrive.
All right, thank you, Mr. Vick.
Thank you.
All right, sorry, end it now, or is this?
Your excuse, yeah.
Okay.
Was that my last one, Your Honor?
I believe so. Well.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you this afternoon.
Thank you. And who is
Thank
on
you.
the telephone? Is this Mr. La Placa?
Yes.
All right, Mr. La Placa, can you hear me pretty good?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, so Mr. Mediate's present, and Mr. Miller, are you still there?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and Joseph, what is your full name, sir?
Joseph Ronnie LaPlaca,
And what's your date of birth?
9/18/98.
All right, so you're going to take in this diversion plea. I have to explain some constitutional rights that you're waiving by taking your offer. I just need you to listen to my advisement. If you have any questions, you may ask your attorney or ask to speak to your attorney. I need to let you know that you don't have to take state's plea offer. You are entitled to have a trial in your case before a judge. You had that trial, your attorneys would represent you at all stages of the proceedings. They would have an opportunity to question or cross-examine the state's witnesses as to the truthfulness of their testimony. During your trial, you could present your own evidence, call any witnesses you may have. You could choose to testify or not testify. If you were found guilty of any of the charge at trial, you would have a right to appeal your case to a higher court. If you're not a citizen of the United States, pleading guilty or no contest to a crime may affect your immigration status. Admitting guilt may result in deportation. Even if the charge is later dismissed, your plea admission of guilt could result in your deportation or removal, could prevent you from ever being able to get legal status in the United States, or could prevent you from becoming a U.S. citizen. After today's date, you have a very limited appeal right called Rule 32. You file that motion, all I would do is review the record to see if there were any errors made in your case. Mr. LaPlaca, are you on probation or parole for any other case?
No.
And you signed today's diversion plea offer, is that correct?
Yes.
And no one's forced you or threatened you to take the plea offer, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, how do you plead to one count of disorderly conduct from October 9th, 2019? You plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And on that date, Mr. Miller Mr. LaPlaca, I guess maybe would you say maybe you disturbed someone's peace? Was it a fight or just being too loud?
There was a altercation.
Okay, of course, going to find that Mr. LaPlaca only voluntarily intelligently pleads guilty in one count of disorderly conduct, October 9th, 2019. I'm not going to enter the plea into the record. I'm going to set it aside. Make sure you make it to one of those diversion office locations by tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And when you get there, you'll pay them their fee. They'll set you up in the program. As long as you complete successfully, the charge will be dismissed and off your record. If you don't complete successfully, you'll come back for a sentencing. We'll summons you to appear back for a sentencing. Mr. LaPlaca.
Sorry, this is Shane Miller. Mr. LaPlaca is actually in Las Vegas. That's why we're doing this telephonically. Can he appear via a phone call to the diversion office?
I don't believe he can. He has to appear in person. Mr. Miller, did you not know that it's a unique program to Tucson?
I did not, Your Honor, and I wasn't aware of that. I tried to get some information with the prosecutor as well, and I believe that he's on the same page as me with my client being out of town. He will be in town though in August back for school, but he's not. He's in Las Vegas, so he can't be back for. That's why we did this telephonically as well. He can't be there to appear in person.
Yeah, it's a program unique to Tucson. So he's got, essentially less than 24 hours to report to their office. Do you want to hold off on taking this plea? I can reverse what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably better, Your Honor. Mr. LaPlaca, when will you be back in Tucson for school in August?
I can be back August 1st.
Okay. And Mr. Carmichael, is that okay?
Yeah. So how I responded was that you should give the Center for Life Skills a call. On that diversion paperwork on the second page or third page, there's some contact information to work that out because I didn't know exactly if they would do it. So I wasn't necessarily saying, yeah, that's fine. I just said you should look into it.
Okay. I mean, regardless, if the court is going to order him to be there, tomorrow, he can't do that. So I think it'd be best if we could just maybe push this back towards the beginning of August and resume it from there. I mean, it's clear that he wants to enter the diversion plea. Just logistically can't do that today.
Okay, hold on a second. So will he be back in Tucson by August? I can set it for August 3rd or it's August 7th, and both are in the morning.
August 7th.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to set this for a change of plea hearing August 7th at 10:30 in the morning. And Mr. LaPlaca, you can be present to take the diversion plea.
We could do so if it's just the another phone call in August. We could do August 1st. I'm just saying I'll be back in Tucson by August 1st. So
it'll be an in-person change of plea August 7th at 10:30 a.m.
Okay, that works.
All right, and so the court I don't know how to say this on the record, but will reverse its acceptance of the plea because of the extraordinary circumstances, Mr. LaPlaca is actually not going to be in Tucson, and the court was mistaken that he and his attorney were familiar with the diversion program here in Tucson, where he is required to appear in the diversion office within 24 hours. So I'm going to find that Mr. LaPlaca has not taken his plea, find him not guilty still of the disorderly conduct charge, and set up change of plea on August 7th at 10:30 a.m. All right, thank you all. And Mr.
And Judge, this is Shane Miller. We apologize for the confusion on this. I didn't know that was a stipulation for this, so I do apologize. But
right.
we will be able to get it done at the next hearing.
So Mr. Miller, can I get your email address again?
Sure. It's best to send it to admin, ADMIN, at tateandhall.com, TAITANDHALL.com.
tateandhall.com?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Tate, T-A-I-T. All right, great, thank you. We'll email this to you right now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Bye.
Email it to this address here. Admin at Tate, T-A-I-T, and hall.com. All right, the only person we are waiting for is Ms. Behan, and I will call her.
A defendant coming up.
We have Lochner on the calendar at 11 as well.
Harrison Lochner's on his way up.
Yeah, Mr. Lochner is here. He's coming up into the courtroom.
Okay.
And
And
at
he's
10:30.
represented by Ms. Price.
Sorry? Oh, yeah, it's Miss Price's case. So Miss Behan was at 10:30. And then there's a Robinson, Mr. Blue, that's set for 11. And Mr. Okay, yeah, that's 11. Heineck is the one that's pro se that will not show up at 10:30. All right, so I'll just go on mute until those individuals show up in the courtroom. Thank you.
Judge, you're muted.
Mr. Blue,
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm good. Hold on a second.
Sure.
Say versus Corey Robinson, TR19047780, CM19010528. Ms. Roberts is present on this case. Mr. Blue is present. Have you had good contact with your client?
I have. I talked to him, I believe it was yesterday. We set up a meeting for next week. I think this case is going to proceed to litigation. Ms. Roberts and I have had discussions about whether or not the state would be willing to dismiss the case or not. That has not been fruitful. So I just need Mr. Robinson to make a decision on Tuesday, and I believe it's next Tuesday, we're set to talk. If we're going to litigate, I can have motions filed before the next court date, or by the next court date, however the court would like it.
We can set a Zoom here. You can let us know what's happening. Are you available? I don't know if you have any hearings on July 9th, Mr. Blue.
Let me check. July 9th?
Yes.
I'm sure whatever works for the court will work for me. I can make it happen.
All right, July 9th at 11. Are you okay with that, Ms. Roberts?
Yes, Judge. Yeah, Mr. Blue and I corresponded yesterday, so we sort of agreed that we'd set this off and figure out what's going on.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Ms. Price, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Are you at home?
I am, yes.
Okay, so your client, Mr. Lochner, is coming up to the courtroom. So I'm going to switch the screen when he comes in. He's not here yet.
Okay.
So let's hold on just a moment.
Okay.
And this is Ms. Roberts' case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. You said Mr. Lochner was downstairs, right?
Yes, he doesn't have a phone, so they have to, I guess, verbally let him know.
Oh, here he is. Hi, are you Harrison Lochner? All right, so Mr. Lochner, if you could stand right here, your attorney is on the video, along with the prosecutor in the case, so you can see what's happening. You can have a seat if you like. And so let me call the case. State versus Harrison Lochner. There's 9 cases. Ms. Roberts is present. Ms. Price is present, both appearing by video. And then Mr. Lochner is present here at the courthouse. Mr. Lochner, thank you for being here. I didn't know if you were going to show up. You had a lot of cases. Are you, Miss Price, he's staying in touch with you, or are you going to be in contact with him?
So yes, Your Honor. So to my knowledge, he's been at an inpatient facility or at a treatment facility, kind of a halfway house. So the best way to keep in touch with him has been through his father. Is that still the case, Mr. Lochner? Is that still how you like me to keep in touch with you?
Yeah, I have a phone now too.
You do have a phone. Okay. Okay. Can you call my office then to update your contact information when you have a chance? Okay, sounds good.
You have your phone number, Miss Price, so I can give it to him.
Yes, so it's 791.
Okay.
4857.
Do you communicate by email? Do you have an email address, sir? Okay, so call Miss Price when you're done with this hearing, and I'm going to give you this now so she can have your phone number, okay? Hold on. Okay, so Miss Price, what's happening in the case?
So, Your Honor.
Oh, sorry, Ms. Bradley, Miss Price is here. Yeah, she's here. So you're excused. All right, go ahead, Miss Price.
So from what I've heard from his father, he, after being released from custody, was in a halfway house. So we have not had a chance to meet and discuss very much. He's been a little bit difficult to get a hold of. So I do just ask for continuance today so we can discuss his case.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if I can butt in to be a squeaky wheel.
Yes.
There is a new case. The incident occurred on June 3rd. It was set for arraignment on June 16th. Mr. Lochner did not appear for arraignment, so it's currently in warrant status. So I will provide you that docket number and move that it be consolidated with the other cases. I did have a plea for the 9 cases. I can now, once we get everything put together and disclosure, I can then add that case for a universal solution. Just let me know. Number.
What's the case number?
It is CM 2002 3871.
Say the numbers by 2-digit numbers.
Okay, CM 2002 3871.
All right, what's the charge?
And the charge is a criminal trespass, 3rd degree, and paraphernalia, UPNP.
All right, so what's the offense date?
The offense date was June 3rd.
So Mr. Lochner, June 3rd, you were arrested for a new charge of drug paraphernalia possession and criminal trespass. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I'm going to consolidate CM 2002-3871 with the 9 other cases and set one hearing date. Mr. Lochner, you cannot pick up any new charges. If you're trying to help yourself and you're in a treatment facility, like your attorney is saying, you shouldn't be getting in any trouble. Do you understand? I'm going to quash the warrant on that arraignment date you did not appear at on 2 days ago. Okay, because you got so many cases. You got 10 cases now, so you can't be picking up new charges, sir. All right, so Ms. Price, I'm going to set it for a Zoom hearing, July 17th at 2:30 p.m.
Okay.
And then you can, if there's going to be a plea to take care of the cases, then email me and I'll set it up for a change of plea hearing.
Sounds good. And I am appointed on that newest case now, right, Your Honor? Perfect. Thank you.
I'll get everything set for disclosure. And once I get everything wrapped together, I'll send you the plea, Christina.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Anna will scan and email the minute entry to you, Ms. Price and Ms. Roberts.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. I think that's it for me. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Lochner, come over here and see my clerk. She's going to give you the paperwork for your next hearing date. It is so important that you stay in touch with your attorney. You're very fortunate to have an attorney on your cases that you can resolve everything. Do you understand? And I cannot tell you how important it is that you not pick up new charges. All right, Ms. Price, you're excused. He'll call you. You'll call her and give her your new number. And we're actually going to ask for your address and your phone number and your email address on that form you're going to sign, okay? All right, thank you, Ms. Price. You're excused. And Mr. Mediate, I emailed Ms. Feehan to Zoom in. I haven't, let me see if I've heard back from her. Oh, actually, Mr. Wincup's case is set for tomorrow. No wonder she's not zooming in. It's set for tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. I'm looking at they forgot to vacate today's date. So, Mr. Mediate, you're excused. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Judge. I'll see you this afternoon.
Thanks.